Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. This is a very late reaction. This is actually the next day of me reacting to the game. Yesterday, Everton won, Brighton won. Before we get into this reaction, if you can like, comment, subscribe, that'll massively help. I'm trying to get to 800 subs. I massively appreciate if you sub for me. And yeah, comment your thoughts down below on what you thought about the game. Yeah, it's a late reaction. I was going to Manchester yesterday. That's why I didn't go to the game as well, because I went to a gig. Um, but yeah, obviously kept up with the updates of the game, seeing the highlights. My personal opinion, not good enough from Everton Football Club. In a sense, it's kind of embarrassing. Um, Listen, I understand that we can't go toe to toe with Brighton, better side than us. Proven that over the past few years. I love what they do. I love how they manage the transfer sides of things in the football industry. I love how um, just everything how they run the club is something that we would aspire to do. Um, but I can't sit here. I understand that you've got to defend, and there's games like this where you've just got to mostly defend, and if you get a lead and hold on to it. But to me, from the 7th minute, you can't hold on to a lead. You just can't. And I looked at the stats all game, like 80, there's a point like they had 85% or something possession, Brighton. I was going, that's embarrassing. Like, you're a Premier League side, and a lot of people believe that we're not a Premier League side, and we're lucky that we're in this league, and this could be the final season over with the points deduction looming over us. But I still would see, I expect a lot more from a Premier League side than to do tactics like that. I understand if we scored in the 60th minute and it's a type of game where you haven't had many chances, and the best solution is let's just hold on to this. That's fine. But from the 7th minute, if we played that way for even a couple more minutes to the 15th minute, 20th minute, still it's not good enough. You can't expect to hold on to a game like that. And listen, we nearly did. Brighton didn't have a player to score. Well, Brighton did score in the first half, which is a bit tight if it was onside or offside. Personally, then, to me, I really don't see again much of advantage from a millimetre extra space. Like, no one was going to get dunk anyway. They left him to it, and he scored a good goal. So, to me, them type of offsides are a bit over the top. Our goal was perfectly fine. Mikalenko had two strikes at the ball, kind of scruffy. I think it hits Duncan and goes to the back of the net, but obviously it's Mikalenko's goal because it was on target. Made up for Mikalenko, played brilliantly in the past few weeks. Deserves a goal, deserves some sort of praise. But, the starting lineup, I had questions with again. I couldn't believe he started Ashley Young, and that's not me slating Ashley Young because he was the one who, hit him for the own goal in the 84th minute, but and he apparently played well as well. But I was listening to people's thoughts of the game and stuff, and they kept saying it was coming, and Matoma was getting a lot of freedom and whatnot. Um, and from what I've seen from the highlights, Matoma just gone past Ashley Young all the time, and I see he's a very good player. And I'm not saying Patterson would have done much better, but you've got to be starting Patterson for me. Patterson, you've got to look at him as the number one. And I don't want to just go off just one game. He played well recently against Burnley. Was it Burnley? No. Um, Bournemouth. But, you know, a performance like that proves that he can do it. You've got to keep him consistent. And listen, if he's really that bad, and he's the reason for the downfall of our team's form, then yeah, drop him out. But he's not. And he'll make mistakes, but Ashley Young does. Ashley Young doesn't do anything different than what Nathan Patterson does, but Nathan Patterson does it better. And he's younger and fresher. And you could argue with the own goal, a bit of tired legs coming there, of why I hit him and the way I hit him and the way it went in. Maybe that's been over the top with Ashley Young there, but I just I just don't get it. And he actually Young played 2 3 nights or 2 nights or something, 2 3 days before that game, and it's like, why would you not just? It's an easy swap for Patson. I just don't understand. I really don't understand. But listen, it could have worked. We could have won the game 1-0. You know, Decore had the chance. They had a chance with Gross. A number of chances. McNeil had a good chance about 10 minutes before Brighton scored. Really wanted him to curl into the top corner, you know, like a similar goal we did against us for Burnley. Um, Obviously tried to probably play the eyes with the goalkeeper and try and hit it in the other corner, but yeah, it's just, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I said it was going to be 1-1. It was 1-0, you know, in my head I was going, I just feel like Brighton will score, but did not seem to threaten much. You know, they barely had many shots in the game, apart from the ones I've mentioned. Nothing really to concern us massively, just a lot of possession, which again I still find disgusting. I get it. I get why, you know, it worked, and that's fine, and I understand, and I even said in the past, we're going to have performances like this and not pretty football, and I'd rather play like this than win games. I get it, but it just still feels like, as an Everton fan and a Premier League fan of a team, that it's embarrassing. It is. You know, you expect standards like that from a League Two, League One side, not a Premier League side. Maybe against Man City is probably the only rate on Arsenal, maybe Liverpool as well. The real top teams in this team, you should, you know, I'm not saying Brighton are, but they haven't been in great form. And like I said, one of the best football sides in the league, but it's still got to have a bit of pride about yourself, and you got to give the game to Brighton, and we did, and that's why we went 1-0 up as well. You know, we went full on attacking. You know, Mikalenko's in the position he's in because we've made an attacking prompt onto the game, and you know, sitting back for that long, you're gonna get punished. But you know, a lot of Brighton fans are saying, well, we wouldn't have scored. That was the only way we was going to score. So we've got to take it on the chin, but at the end of the day, be positive as an Everton fan. You know, as myself, like, you've got to be happy about what we're doing at the moment. The progressive consistency of the results and promising performances. Not probably this one, but defensively wise, very good. But yeah, it's a shame. But we move on. You know, a lot of teams don't win it at home in this fixture in the Premier League, Everton and Brighton. So, you know, it's no surprise that we haven't won a home game against them. But yeah, we move on, crack on, and next game, Crystal Palace away, up the Blues. It's a very quick reaction, but yeah, I just thought I'd get one out there as it's very late. I'll see you all soon, and yeah, up the Toffees.